In this problem, we've got some stress data on 30 employees, and the stress scale goes from 0 to 20, where 8 to 10 is considered a healthy level of stress. Above 10, the person's health starts suffering. Much above 10, things get even worse. Below 8, which is considered healthy, people might be bored or not too motivated. They might not have enough going on. So 8 to 10 is a really good level to have according to this stress data. And we've administered a test to 30 employees, and we've got the data, and we want to analyze this with the data analysis, and then we want to make a histogram, talk about its shape and skew, and then to reflect on what we could do as the employer. How could we respond? So the first thing, let's calculate the some descriptive statistics, and we'll do that with the data analysis tool pack. So I'll click on the data tab, and then I'll go to data analysis, and I'll choose descriptive statistics. I'll do OK, and it says, where do I want to go? Well, let's start up in J3 and go down to, let's see, we've got J33 columns. The labels are in the first row, and the output range, let's put it over here. C20, summary statistics is checked. That's good. I press OK, and here we have some data. Let's go to home, get rid of some of those ugly decimal points. Let's make the C column wider so that we can read it. And there we have it. So what did we need to create? We need the mean. So I'll highlight the mean, the median, and the mode. So the mean was 9. The median and the mode are both 9 also, so that makes it sound like it's kind of symmetrical. The standard deviation, which we have here, is 3. So most people are within 1 standard deviation of the mean, 9, so between 6 and 12, and most everybody's between 2 standard deviations, which would be 3 and 15, but that's still getting some high and low stress scores there. Let's highlight that. Okay, so we've got some of the descriptive statistics that we need. Now let's go into the chart and create a histogram. So we have to create a frequency table first. So I clicked into the table, then I go up to the table tab, and I want to summarize with a pivot table. And it says table 2. Yep, table 2 is what I want. I want to use an existing worksheet, and let's put it about here, L4, and I press OK, and it says, aha, what do I want to do? Well, my only variable is stress, so I click on stress. It goes down to the sum of the stress. I don't want that. I click on that, the little information there, and I don't want the sum, I just want the count, because I'm trying to make a frequency distribution. So I click OK. And then I want to, for the rows, I will drag stress down into the rows. And now we've got an elementary frequency chart. Let's see, let's close this. And now we need to worry about the groupings. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 19. Ooh, there's some missing values. So let's see if we can click on this, right click, and I want to go to field settings and show items with no data. So I want to click on show items with no data. This was the field settings, and I click OK. Now to get those missing cells to show up, we need to change the grouping. So if I go into like 10 and I choose group and outline, I'm going to choose group, and it says starting at 3 going to 19. Let's change starting at 0 ending at 20 by 2 Press OK. And now we've got the groups that have a 0 there. Now, some of them greater than 20 and less than 20, we don't really need those since it's just, I will uncheck less than 0 and I'll uncheck greater than 20. And there we've got our frequency distribution that we need. Now what we need to do is we need to go into, oh no, we need to adjust our labels there. So this is stress level, and this is the count of employees at each stress level. So you can see there's an awful lot at 8, 9, 10, and 11. That's pretty much where people are supposed to be. Let's make a frequency or a histogram out of it. So we're going to go to Insert, and we've got the bar chart. Now, one of the things we need to do is select what we want. We don't want the grand total in our histogram, so I'm highlighting everything except that. Then I'm going to bar chart and choose the first one. And there we have a bar chart. Let's get this over here. And let's change the title first of all so we can tell what's going on. Stress level of employees. And then let's click on the cell on the bars. And we've got the bar options. I'm going to change the gap width to 0. I'm going to go to the paintbrush here, and I'm going to change border, and I want it to be a solid line. I'm going to choose it to be black so it'll show up, and I will change the width to 2, and there we have a nice histogram, except we don't have anything, the axes aren't very clear. So let's find how we can change the axes. Let's click in here, and we've got chart design. We can add chart element, and I want to add axis titles. Let's add the primary horizontal, and we can type in here stress score. Okay, that's looking pretty good. Now let's go back to the axis titles and add a primary vertical, and we can put number of, let's delete this, number of employees. And we could rotate that if we wanted to, but that's fine that way. And here we've got a nice histogram showing the stress level of the different employees. Now, what is, well, the next question was, is it symmetrical, positive skewed, negatively skewed? It looks pretty symmetrical. It might be slightly positive. So we can put symmetrical or slightly positive. Maybe if we'd done the bins a little different, if we'd started the bins at 1, or it might have been a slightly different shape, but it's fairly symmetrical. And but what can we do to help our employees? So the people like 8, 9, 10, and 11, that's basically where people are supposed to be. But look at this one person that's 18 or 20. They're in bad shape. I think if we're a manager of an employee like this, we've got a responsibility to find out what's happening. Is the stress being caused by work? Is it being caused by something at home or in the person's personal life? I think it'd be good to find out, and if there's anything that we can do to help to do that. If it's because of a horrible work situation, if they're feeling abused, if there's some harassment going on, we need to get involved to help out that person. If it's something personal, we can at least give empathy, and perhaps we can just be available to see if there's something that we can do to help out. And so this person that's in the 18 to 20 should be our priority. This person's pretty high too, and the 12 to 13 are higher than they should be. It would be good to check out with all these people what's happening with the stress they're causing them stress. Now over here, we've got some employees that maybe they're just really kicked back and at ease with their job. Maybe they're bored. Maybe they're underperforming. Maybe they're getting ready to leave because it's so boring. It would be good to find out why they feel so little stress, and if there is a problem, we should help address it so they can be more satisfied and more challenged in their job.